Devotee do not aspire for any liberation. They are happy wherever they are, whether they have been put in Swargaloka or Narakloka or in spiritual world. They are interested in devotional service. Next, Sudurlabha. What is Sudurlabha? So, devotional service is very rare. Krishna will give liberation to the people. Even he gives liberation to the demons also. But Bhava Bhakti, devotional service, he gives to very few people who are very surrendered. It is Sudurlabha. Next, Sandrananda Visheshatma. What is that?
Pure devotional service manifests.
What is? Yes. So Sandrananda Visheshatma is the bliss is condensed bliss. In the sense, it gives you such a bliss that you will never ever aspire for any other bliss. We have given some example. What is that example we have given? I mean, the thing is, your appetite is limited, but bhakti gives you so much rasa that you are overwhelming ecstasy. That is bhava bhakti. Then last is Sri Krishna Akarshini. So bhakti is so powerful that bhakti attracts Krishna, who is all powerful. All attractive is Krishna, all powerful is Krishna. But bhakti is more powerful than Krishna. It attracts Krishna also. That is Sri Krishna Akarshini. So last time we have seen that who comes to devotional service? Those who are fed up with the material rasa. In the sense, there is a mellow which is material mellow rasa, which has two defects. We have seen. What are the two defects?
Temporary.
What is that?
Chapalasukha.
Chapalasukha. It's a bhoga tag. Bhoga tag means like a pendulum. It moves from the bhoga enjoyment and then detachment. Constantly moving from these two. And at the same time, it has some shelf life in the sense, and after death, it finishes. It deteriorates. Chapalasukha. So we have given some example. What is that? Human life is like Chapalasukha. Temporary. What is the example we have given?
A lotus drop on the lotus.
Drop on the lotus leaf. How quickly it slips from the lotus leaf? Immediately. Actually, our material life is like that. But we don't realize that. We think that abhi bahut time baki hai. But it goes like that. Just imagine whatever our age is right now, and just imagine what kind of activities you have done in your life. I mean, have you achieved anything? You will feel that the life went like anything. I mean, it has just passed. We did nothing. I mean, nothing is something praisable. Whatever 40-year life gone. And same way the future will also go like that. But still in Vartaman, we feel that our life is, there are so many things to achieve. So that's why those who are Jnani, in the sense, those who inquire, Atato Brahma Jigyasa, is there something else other than this? They are Jnani. They start inquiring about spiritual rasa. What is beyond this material senses? So their search brings them to the first Atma Gyan, who we are basically. They said, "Oh, everybody is trying, but nobody is happy. So we may not be the body because we see Dehinu Asmin Yatha Dehe Kamaram Yavanam Jara Tatha Dehantara Prapte Dhiras Tatvam." So everybody comes, they grow, they become old, they die. Again, they take birth. So it is going on perpetually, but we don't see any person happy. So that is the first level. We are not this body, but we are changing bodies. And then who is maintaining us? So he must be a supreme person. So what is my relation with him? This is how the then scripture leads to Krishna. So he's the ultimate supplier, maintainer. So nityo nityanam chetanas chetananam eko bahunam yo vidadhati kaman. We are all nitya, eternal. Krishna also is eternal. We are all conscious being, chetana, may. He is also chetana. But eko bahunam, he is one conscious and nitya, eternal person who is taking care of all of us from time immemorial. He was taking, he is taking, he will take care of us even in liberated state. So like that, the person comes to spiritual rasa, then he has to establish his relation with Krishna in particular rasa. Not all are in the same rasa. What are the primary rasas we discussed? The first is, I am talking about our relation with Krishna. The lower level is Shantaras. Then Dasyaras. Then Saksharas. Then Vatsalyaras. And then Madhuris. And there are some secondary rasa also, which few people they exhibit with him. So primarily we establish our relationship with Krishna with these rasas. So then now we have seen that in bhakti, I mean, it's a ocean which has several divisions. Bhakti has is an ocean. So Eastern division we started looking, Eastern division of this nectar of devotion. So what are the types of bhakti we have seen? What is Samanya Bhakti? Devotion service in general practice. What are the characteristics? This which we have seen last time. Bhakti means generally these are the 6 characteristics. And then primarily Bhakti has 3 divisions, 3 types. Next, first is Sadhana Bhakti. Devotional service in practice. Then comes, as we grow from our little Shraddha grows from, so anarthas are removed, and then still we are performing bhakti, then we reach to level nishtha, steadiness. Then slowly we get ruchi in devotional practice. Previously, sadhana bhakti means bhakti where we are not having any love towards Krishna, but we are doing it on the order of spiritual master and scriptures, that we should do it. But later when we get ruchi, taste, then we start doing it. Little taste comes, then we become asakt, attached to that. And then comes bhava, that is ecstasy. When we start doing bhakti on our own, without being told by someone, do 16 malas, do 16 now. Then we come to the level of bhakti in ecstasy, that is bhava bhakti. And then later, if all the kleshas, small remaining anarthas are removed, then comes bhakti, devotional practice in love of God, that is prema. We achieve love for Krishna, pure faith, that is love. Love means pure faith. There is no doubt remaining that something else can give me happiness. No, like that. So today we will start chapter number 2, the first stage in devotion, first stages of devotion. Sorry. So first of all, we have to find out by our experience of while doing bhakti that where do I stand now? What is my level? So the 9 stages of devotional service you should write. We should have a Shraddha. Shraddha means a little faith. So the we have to understand that we cannot start bhakti unless we have some faith, whatever that may be. Some faith in devotees tilak, devotees, prasad offered to you, temple, you just appreciate some form of devotional service, and that gives you some credit to perform bhakti, that little faith. That will bring you to sadhu sangha, association of devotees. And when you associate with devotees, what they do, immediately they give you mala. Bhajan kriya, karo bhajan karo. Sola, ek mala karo. You read this book, you eat this prasad. So your devotional practice starts because of association of devotees. And then when we start doing bhajana kriya, then the anarthas from our heart starts getting removed basically. What are anarthas? What is anarthas basically? So kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, these are the 6 anarthas, but basically it means all the material things which we are, material desires, things which we are attached to. Just like I have seen some people, they grab anything and they put anything into their home or room. ये भी लगेगा, ये भी लगेगा. They never use it. Sometimes they might use it, but it's like अब कबाड़ खाना बना सकते हैं. Have you seen somebody's locker or something like that? So like that, our heart is there. So many material desires piled up one after another. So, and that's why so if suppose the room is there and unnecessary things are there, you cannot utilize, you cannot enjoy that room in the sense that existence. There is because that particular things are also not giving you happiness. They are creating trouble. Similarly, our heart is filled up with material. That is anartha. Anartha means not artha. Artha means something you give and then you get something. Anartha means you have it, but you can't get anything in return. Happiness. That's why anartha is there. That's why it is called anartha. So devotional practice means we are putting something which we need, artha, pravrutti. That is faith. We are putting Krishna, faith in Krishna through all, basically from hearing and then chanting. So heart is a particular place where you put something and which is already there. So what will happen? Which is already there will start getting pumped out, again, pushed out. So anartha nivritti happens because artha pravritti. You have to put something. So that's why it is said you put so much of Krishna consciousness in your heart, then all anarthas will get removed. That's why Rupa Goswami says in Nectar of Instruction that 24 hours a day we should plan in such a way that we should be always doing 9 processes of devotional service: hearing, chanting, reading, seva, deity worship, so on and so forth. So, like in our college days, there were decks, like some CD drives. So you can put 7, 8 CDs, some rock, then Shastriya Sangeet something. Then when you are getting bored by rock, then you change it to Shastriya Sangeet. Then ghazals. Just change the remote and you have. So similarly, if you do some chanting, chant, then बहुत हो गया. ठीक है, read then. बहुत हो गया. Then you serve. So this is how we should plan it, like whole 24 days and 24 hours of a day. Then another nivritti will become fast. Now what is happening is, just like we are doing so many, both things together. Bhakti is also there, removing the anartha. But the remaining time, what we do, we aspire for so many material things, which is again putting things again back to. So that's why anartha nivritti is not happening fast. And when anartha nivritti is not happening, we are not experiencing bliss of it. So Process is perfect. Only application is not happening properly. Generally, public says, "Oh, इतना साल से कर रहा है, I don't see you happy." तो भक्ति में कुछ दम नहीं. Something, or we may ask ourselves only. But we can see, if we are very honest, then bhakti is very sure and a very perfect process. If we apply it nicely, experience is there, bliss is there. Then we'll come to stage nishtha, which is firm determination. So further we'll go to the discussion where there are three types of devotees also: Kanishta, Madhyama, and Uttama Adhikari, where they stand in this nine stages of devotional service. That also we'll discuss. So then once we get a nishtha, that is firm determination, then whatever happens, we continue devotional service. We don't give it up. And slowly we get a taste in devotional service. What happens is, whenever we are connected with any process, then we actually feel bliss. Suppose some Maharaj gives class, I mean, whoever our favorite speaker, then we actually feel, oh, that actually is very important to do bhakti, right? But when we get disconnected, again, sort of that happens. So little ruchi is there. Asakti is a such stage where we cannot live but that particular activity in devotion service which we are very attached. That is asakti. So I have seen one person who is so asakt to tea, is a now devotee. He used to take 17 cuttings in a day. He is a doctor. Now he is a devotee. He said, I could give up that. I could never dream of. मैं कभी सब कुछ छोड़ेगा, चाय नहीं छोड़ेगा. He was so attached to that, because they have to work like sometimes 24 hours, 36 hours or continuous shift. Doctors are like that. So their only hope is that is asakti, attachment to that. We can't live without that. Similarly, when we come to this stage, asakti, then we'll just, like sometime we have seen few people doing deity worship. If they are called even every day in the morning, they'll come. They asked us, एक दो बार ठीक है बाबा, रोज सुबह सुबह 3 बजे कौन उठे? I mean, you have to do a lot of things, waking up and all. But if somebody is attached, he may not do. He will do it. Certain activity another person will do. Okay, do Bhagavad Katha, something like that. He will do it continuously because he's asked. Somebody is doing DT worship, he may not be able to do that. So we may be attached to some particular activity of devotional service. That is enough. Now we're going to read the 64 items in devotional service. In that, 5 are very potent. So we have to get attached to one of them at least. Then we can progress through these stages, Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti. And then 8th is the ecstasy, Bhava. Bhava is almost prem only, but the certain circumstances in the life may bring out the traces which are remained in the heart. They may fructify. Just like we have example of Bharat Maharaj, who was in a Bhava stage, who thought that this family and this kingdom, everything is actually disturbing my devotional service. Let me go to the Pula ashram in jungle and let me perform devotional service. So he went there, but just a compassion for a material object that gave up. I mean, with that he gave up the entire devotional practice, and he had to become a deer and 3 lives like that. So that is why even a bhav stage we have traces of material desires. But if we continue practice, then we will reach the prema, love of Krishna. That is the last stage, which is our prayojan. So sambandha, abhideya and prayojan. These are the 3 things we have to see. What is sambandha is first stage. We have to establish our relationship with Krishna. That is sambandha. Sambandha jnana. That is, we are Krishna's servant, eternal servant. So, what is the process for that? That is the bhakti process. Abhideya. Abhideya means to the way, the process with which we are establishing our relationship with Krishna, strong relation. That is bhakti process of it. And what is the end is prayojan. Prayojan means we reach love of Krishna. So this bhakti is cause and effect, both are the same. There is nothing new we are going to do in spiritual world. Bhakti means we are trying to serve Krishna with our material senses right now. There we'll serve Krishna with the pure senses. But bhakti is the activity is same, bhakti. But in the process, we become refined. Okay, so Prabhujan is love of Godhead. That means we achieve the end result is prema, love for Krishna. Okay. Okay. So now sadhana bhakti. We'll come to the topic. Sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti has two types. One is Vaidhi bhakti and second is Raganuga bhakti. What is Vaidhi bhakti? I have said that we have no taste for doing any practice of devotional service. Hearing, chanting and doing Mangalarti, chanting. But we are following that because of there is an order of scripture and order of spiritual master. And we should do it. So we are doing it. Because we respect scriptures and spiritual master. You know, so we do it. City was alarm baj gaya, we get up. Guru has said. So we grudgingly get up, maybe sometimes late, we go to Mangalarti, we chant, and that is Vaidhi sadhana bhakti. But the time comes when our anarthas are gone, and then we see, oh, actually, I have to meet Krishna. Now, what kind of dress he must have worn, and let me meet him, let me say good morning. I offer him prayers. So, night only we prepare. Oh, so that is love has developed. So now there are no rules and regulations for in Raganuga Bhakti. The force is love. Raganuga Bhakti. But that is also Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti only. Because we have just developed that particular taste. I'll give an example. In old day, like say 100 years back, there was Bala Vivaha in India, right? Like a 10, 12-year-old boy will get married to 6 or 7-year-old girl. Marriage would happen. But after marriage, they both used to go to their own houses. And they would continue study. But only, in Diwali times or sometime they would come. The husband would go to his wife's house. So they would come to, "Arey." So then the mother would say, give this to your husband, sweets. They say, "Kaun husband?" But she, okay, gives. Where they also fight, they play, nothing like. And then anytime, then the boy says, why I have to go to their house? I can play here only. He doesn't want to go. But as they reach to mature age, say 16 or 18, then he says, "Arey, Diwali, have you done reservation?" And she also expects, oh, he's going to come. What has happened now? Over the period of time, the sambandha has established. The stage comes now, practice we have said, another nirvati has gone, and bhakti there, the association has developed, some reciprocation is happening. So purification means maturity. Like they became matured means Bhakta becomes matured means he is purified of all anarthas. And then automatically he says, let us go there. And then she says, now we have to live with him only. Then they again married and then they live together. This is like Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti and then Raganuga. So actually there is a definition of Sadhana Bhakti. What is Sadhana Bhakti? Kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya bhava sa sadhana bhida nitya siddhasya bhavasya prakatyam hridhi sadhyata. I will give you later that. What is its meaning? Kriti sadhya bhavet sadhya. Practice if bhakti is executed with the senses to produce bhava stage. Bhakti, what we do in this sadhana bhakti, what we do? We offer our service through our senses, material senses, to produce bhava stage, in the sense that we want to experience ecstasy in service. So this bhava is not something artificially put in ourselves. अभी कृष्णा मालूम नहीं था कभी अभी आ गए. No, it is there within our heart. Every living entity has it in dormant stage, not from something outside. Oh, bhakti कहने का और mantra दिया, then Krishna has come. No, it is there, but it is activated through bhakti process, sadhana bhakti, by offering our service through senses. And slowly it get manifested as a mercy of Krishna. So Bharat Bhumite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Paye Bhakti Lata Bhi. So it is a mercy of Krishna and Guru when we are getting connected to devotional service. Example is given that just like child, when a small child is now he's crawling and suddenly he starts walking and then he falls. Again he starts walking, falls, and then he starts walking properly. So that walking propensity is there in him automatically. I mean, it is there in him only. But the practice makes him perfect in walking. Similarly, serving Krishna is there within everybody's heart. We are made to serve Krishna because we are his part and parcel. All our body parts are meant to serve basically the stomach support, which gives us all the energy to help the body, to serve the body. Nobody can say, oh, I will not work. He will not get nourished. He has to. So how will this propensity will get awakened? The bhakti process, when we focus on devotional service. Otherwise, sometimes it will not work. See, Krishna is a person who will never interfere in our independence. He will allow you all facilities, but you have to wake up. Just like, it is said that you can wake up a person who is actually sleeping, who is he's feigning sleeping. He will never, you try waking up him with the, bhonga, but he will not wake up. If the trumpet also is blown, he will not wake up because he doesn't want to wake. That is what needed. Our attitude is needed. We should. So that's when it is said generally only when person gets frustrated with material life, then only he will get connected to bhakti and he will get serious. He will become serious. Generally, what happens? Artho, Artharthi, Jigyasu, and Jnani. These are four people come to Krishna. But Artho and Artharthi, most of the candidates, when their problem is gone, they are also gone. Artho means those who need money, some financial. Artho means those who are in distress. Artharthi means those who want some support. But as their things are done, they are never to be seen. Prabhupada writes. Right? Only when they are really attached to some process, some devotees basically, then it is possible. But mostly this happens if their intention is not right. Right? Intention is not to serve Krishna, but I want something. Sakam karma. Then material desire may overwhelm him again into the material life. कि अभी तो सब ठीक है अभी क्यों कृष्णा चाहिए? Like that. That is what it said is a madness of society. What is madness of society? कि नूनम प्रमत्तः कुरुते विकर्म. नूनम प्रमत्तः कुरुते विकर्म. तो mattah, pramattah. So mad is somebody there, is a mad. But prakrushta rupena mad. Means pura pagal. So pramatta is so Rishabdev says to his sons that Nunam Pramatta Kurute Vikarma. All the people in the world which I see, they are so mad towards these fruitive activities that they do one after another Vikarma. Vikarma means those activities which are not sanctioned by scriptures, which will give to the like sinful activities. Yat Pritaya Indriya Apnoti. Why they do that? So attached to Indri sense enjoyment. Sorry, this is I will give you later the number, but you can write Nunam Pramatta. I will give that this shloka also.
23 pages of full description.
Okay. So this madness is so much that people say, oh, why he is getting more sense enjoyment? Let me try also that. So that is why this madness is spread over entire society. And there is a rat race for this. Who gets more and more enjoyment? So slowly they get bound by Maya's snare. You know, have you seen somebody who is bound? His movements are so restricted, because of his own self. If somebody like web is there, cobweb is there, so when insect goes, more he tries to get free, more he gets bound by that. Like that. So its situation becomes very precarious. Na sadhu manne yada atmano uyam asat api klesh yada asadeha. I see that there is no point in somebody doing this when he sees that because of my vikarma in past life, I am already getting so many miseries in this life. Intelligent person will see, because of my past life, my position is not right now. So if I perform another wrong activities, what will happen to my next life? And this asat api klesh is asa deha. The main reason for klesha, misery is what is body only. Material body, which we can get good body by good work. By serving Krishna. Krishna says, I will give an opportunity to get birth in a rich family, or aristocratic family, or the people who are very well versed in scriptures, like that. Or if you are finishing with much more progress, then I will give the pure devotee's life, a pure devotee's house, you can get birth. Opportunity is there, good activity. But if you perform vikarma, then our life will be more precarious than this. So like a disease, people get mad, and that's why we have to do prachar. Just like some epidemic happens, what the government do? Okay, ये mask पहनो, इधर हाथ मत लगाओ, ये धो और खाने को, everything wash. This is like prachar. So that the disease doesn't get spread everywhere. That's why in devotional practice is like a opening hospital, and the devotees are like doctors. They first treat themselves in the sense they prevent themselves from getting disease and they help others. So devotional practice is like telling people what is happening. So in one sense, sadhana bhakti is only cure to this disease. What is the disease? Madness of society, sense gratification. We're doing vikarma one after another. So what exactly we have to do? So Narad Muni tells to Yudhishthira that one has to fix his mind on Krishna by any means. Yena kena prakarena Krishna mana niveshe. Our mind should always focus on Krishna, so to speak. Yena kena prakarena. So that's why we have to plan. So it is the duty of an acharya, spiritual master, that to find ways and means for his disciple to fix his mind on Krishna. So sadhana bhakti is one. See, sadhana bhakti cannot be done alone. We have to accept a spiritual master. Well, like last time we have explained that in an ocean, when you are drowning, you don't know where to go. Fortunately, you get a boat, like a human body. Then we have to find out a captain who will tell us where to go and how to go. He will not drive us to that destination. He will tell us how to go there. And so his only mission is, spiritual master mission is, how to bring this person to the shore. Because every person is differently diseased. Getting me? Anarthas are in everybody, anarthas are in different levels. So Guru knows how to treat somebody. Like, for example, Sudama was a person who had a kind of pride in not being rich. Renunciation, the pride. How renounced I am. Krishna gave him so much wealth because he wants to test him. In the sense, the pride can be tested only when it is, it is given, it is experienced in opposite way. Like if a renunciant is there and if you put him in more distressful condition, he is happy because his level is growing. But if you put him in a opulent atmosphere, then he is tested. So for Sudama, Krishna gave him wealth. And for somebody who wants wealth, Krishna says, yasyaham anugrunami harishye tad dhanam shane. Those who are there, whom I am giving mercy, and I see that they are opulent, but it's not good for them, I harishye tad dhanam shane. I just take away all the wealth so that he has no other shelter than coming to me. Tadaham bhakti uparatam ashnami prayatatma. Sorry, not like that. Swajanam, the people who they discard him by not having when they see that he doesn't have any money, then they will discard him, and then he will have no shelter than me. So I will say the Guru's will is same like spiritual master. Spiritual master is also very fixed in his duty to see different disciples how to crush their ego. Okay, because everything entirely, all the anarthas actually come from the ego only. I have seen one guru and his favorite disciple, favorite disciple in the sense disciple who is very, very pakka, very perfect in all the management, giving classes, giving, singing, kirtan, everything. You name it and he is very perfect. And one time he is in the big assembly and he comes to, he is singing, the Guru is singing and something like that. And he comes for one message, to give a message. And Guru finds that he has a cough. In the sense, he has a throat, infected sore throat, infected throat. So Guru says, okay, you sing now. That's it. I can't sing. I can't even speak. So no, you sing. So Guru's order, he has to sing. So everybody thinks, oh, kaun ga raha hai? Because you can't sing. So just make things level. Ki baba thod sabko zameen pe lana. Are you getting me? So that is how Guru thinks. You cannot even imagine. So that's why it is like Guru is like a fire. Fire is jalti jayega to jal jayega. In the sense, you have to be like fire. In the sense, you have to be like the dedicated like him. नहीं तो जल जाएगा. So that is how the Guru works. So essence of sadhana bhakti is focus on the mind, on Krishna. So mind is the leader of all the senses. All the senses are dragging us to vikarma, right? So how will we stop the senses? By training the mind. The mind is trained on Krishna, then other senses are automatically trained. So that's why yena kena prakarena Krishna mananivesha. So there is a verse, Bhagavatam 7 canto, first chapter, 26th verse, that says, in NOD, most of the time these are not given. I mean, we have to search it. 7, 5, 6. So how there are various ways to focus our mind on Krishna. Tasmad vairanu bandena nirvairena bhayena va snehat kamena va yunja kathantina neshyate pratat. So people have in the past focused their mind on Krishna with enmity also. Vairanu bandena. Yes. And by fear also. Or by lusty desires, like gopis. Kamsa by fear. So they have done that also. But if conditioned soul somehow or other concentrates his mind upon Lord, the result is same. Because of the blissful position, the Lord is never affected by enmity or friendship. But because we are connected with Krishna, we get benefit. But always we say we should be doing anukula bhakti, not pratikul. It is just to glorify bhakti and the power of Krishna, the Bhakta Vatsal power, or like the potency of Krishna, not to get contaminated and always giving benefit to others. This is said that in whichever way you are connected to Krishna, you are benefited. But we should always see our bhakti should be anukul. So verse number 32 says, Katamo pina vena syat. So Vena was a person who was somehow under being unable to think of Krishna's form, he went to hell. Vena was the enemy. He was very inimical to Krishna. He was saying that I am only the person whom to be, all you Brahmanas should worship. He was telling. So somehow or other, one must consider the form of Krishna very seriously. Then one by one, and then by one of the 5 different processes, one can return home back to Godhead. Atheists like King Vena, however, being unable to think of Krishna's form in any of these 5 ways, cannot attain salvation. Therefore, one must somehow think of Krishna, whether in a friendly way or enemically. These are the two verses which are uh, focusing on yena kena prakare. We should fix our mind on Krishna. And we have seen Guru's duty. So Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti means devotional service according to regulative principle. Principle is there. Guru is saying, scriptures are saying. Raganuga Sadhana Bhakti is spontaneous. We feel devotional service. We want to go to Mangalarati. I can't miss this lecture. I have to go to Yatra. This is what? Spontaneous. नहीं तो बोलते अरे नहीं गया यात्रा तो इनिशिएशन नहीं होगा इसलिए हो गया. दैट इज व्हाट वैदिक भक्ति साधना भक्ति. मेरे को जाने का कोई इच्छा नहीं है. So Vedic sadhana bhakti also means Bhagavatam says Tasmat Bharat Sarvatma Bhagwan Ishvaro Hari Shrotavya Kirtitavyascha Smartavyascha Ichchata Bhayam. That means is Shukdev Goswami telling to Parikshit Maharaj, Vedic sadhana bhakti is Tasmat, therefore Bharat Sarvatma, he Bharatvanshya, Bhagavan Ishvaro Hari, about Hari, who is Bhagavan, Shadaveshwara Purna, and Ishvara, he is a controller, Shrotavya, Kirtitavyascha, Smartavyascha. Three things we should do always. Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti means always hear about him, how he is Bhagavan and controller, Ishwar. Kirtitavyascha, glorify him and always remember him. If you want to free from Bhaya, fear. If you want freedom from Bhaya, then we have to do it. It's like regulative principle, Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti. Bhaya and all miseries will go if you do that. And Padma Puran says, same Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti as Smartavyascha, Smartavya Satatam Vishnu, Vismartavya na Jatuchit. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. Sarva Vidhi Nishedhasyur Etayor Eva Kinkara. So Sarva Vidhi Nished. So Vedas have so many Vidhi and Nished. The pros and cons, the rules, regulations. All these rules and regulations are Kinkara, means servants of this Tattva. This rule. There's only one rule. Kya hai? Always remember Krishna, never forget him. Then he says, oh, I have not done Gayatri, or maybe something like that. Three sandhya nahi kiya. Smartavya pehla karo. All others are Kinkara, means they come after this. That is Vaidhi Sadhana. Smartavya, again. References for Sadhana Bhakti 11:5, verse number 2-3. 11 canto second, fifth chapter, verse number 2 and 3. What is Krishna saying? 11:5-3. गड़बड़ हो गया क्या? मत कथा 11:27. Oh, sorry, 11:27:49. एक मिनट देखो जरा. 11:27:49. Let's see.
Not 5.
एक सेकंड होल्ड ऑन, देखने का. For whom I have written, कुछ तो भी इसमें spelling में ये तो नहीं है. Anyway, we'll go through book only. Okay. Hmm. So it is said, by worshipping me through the various methods prescribed in the Vedas and Tantras, one will gain from me his desired perfection in both this life and the next. So Puman Vaidika Tantrika. So Vedic Bhakti, we have to do like that. And then 2, 3, 10. So NOD is written in such a way, one point is cleared, I mean one point is explained by Rupa Goswami, and then there are references from Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Gita and Padma Purana, right? So sometimes now we are going to see the characteristics like Moksha Lagutakrit. For that, around say 50 references are given. So we're not going to see the 50 references, but those who are very prominent one which are giving this point very clearly. Akama sarva kama va moksha kama udaradi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. That means bhakti is so inclusive, magnanimous. Akamo means those who have no desire. Sarva kamo, those who have all desires. Akamo sarva kamo va moksha kamo, somebody who wants liberation. All of them should do what? Bhakti. Krishna will fulfill their desire. In the sense, in the process, what will happen? Even Sarva Kama will lose his taste in all Kama and he'll do Bhakti. So it is said that everybody should come to Bhakti. Everybody should take Tivrena Bhakti Yogana. So Tivrena is referred as with great force, means with full focus. Bhakti Yogena Yajeta Purusham Param. That means the Supreme Lord should be worshipped. So what is the great force? Why great force is given? Can somebody think of? What is great force literally means? Great force माने अभी गोल गोल हुआ या urgency है. So how can we say that this is urgent? I mean, your bhakti is urgent, seen as urgency. As a third person, I am seeing, oh, you are doing such a the bhakti which is like a full force. Yeah. What is not making your bhakti full force? What are the distractions? Hmm? Outside of you. I mean, you as a third person, bhakti is there. What is third thing which can impact your forceful bhakti? I mean, in the sense, your connection or desire or, your faith in different objects, different people. Just like if you are in a problem, 5 numbers are there. Ah, uncle, Dadaji, are you getting me?
Like you're finding shelter with different people. Yeah.
You should not have any other shelter. That is urgency. There is only one number. If I don't, that is urgency. What I'm saying. There should not be any other source of shelter. So mind focused on only one. So that is Shrotavya, Kirtavya, Smartavya, one person only. Otherwise, it is distracted. Either way, so both will say, oh, kisko, whom you are loving. So they will also think, यार ये तो सबको इधर भी जाकर दिखता हुआ medicine he is not inspired by me. So he will not give fully to you. Faith should be 100% Eki. If you are there, then I don't want anybody. That is what is forceful. Tivrena Bhakti. This is 2, 3, 10. Chapter Canto 2, Chapter 3, verse number 10. That is Bhakti Yoga. So, Vaidhi Sadhana Bhakti it should be Tivrena. Then we can go to Raganuga Bhakti in the attachment maker. Nishtha, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav, Raganuga. Right? Okay. So, next chapter 3, eligibility of the candidate. So, what is the eligibility? We have to associate with devotees sometimes. It is never happened, it will never happen that you have no the bank balance from the previous life and you are connected to Krishna. It will never happen. Or in the first life you are getting connected to devotee and he prays for you or he has compassion on you. That way this starts. What starts? Bhakti starts. And once it starts, it will continue towards its perfection, prayojan. You will have the step by step progress. Unless you have a desire like Bharat Maharaj. Still there is there. I mean, you have a Bharat Maharaj also was aware of his mistake. In dear body, he was aware. Oh, I did a mistake. So I won't do the mistake again now. So he, as a deer, he again went to the Pula ashram where he was born. He ran to Pula ashram and he stayed there as a renunciant. He did not eat the fresh leaves, dried leaves. He did penance there in the remembrance. What type of mistake I did. So that is the blessing of Krishna. Oh no. Then he again got the human body. Again he knew that if I do correct, they will marry me. Again, I mean, in the sense he was in thought. So he did exactly ulta. Cautiously. His father said, "Oh, you are going for toilet. While coming back, you wash your hands." He washed his hand, went to toilet, and he came out, "Give me food." Father said, "It's a gone case." He said, "Thank you very much." Cautiously, he was trying to get rid of his mentality. I am perfect. I can do anything. So, what is that? Neha bhikramanashasti pratyavayano vidyate. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayato mahato bhayat. So, bhaya is, what is the bhaya? Not getting again human body is the greatest fear for a sadhaka, for any living entity. In the other human bodies, we cannot do bhakti. But Krishna assures, Salpam apyasya dharmas. If you do even little bit bhakti, then I will give you that will you can carry from there. It will never become zero. Otherwise, whatever tapasya, whatever you do, body goes again, you have to start from the very beginning. Then comes the symptoms of 3 classes of devotees. Very important this, how the faith in scriptures is the criteria to understand where do you stand. It's all faith in scriptures. So first is the devotee in first class, uppermost class is, he is very expert in study of scriptures. Also expert in putting forward arguments in terms of scriptures. Very nicely he can present the conclusions. He understands perfectly the ultimate goal of life, and that's why he is perfect first class person. He follows rules and regulations strictly. So these are the based on this, and as we have seen, the 9 stages of devotional service. So first class devotee basically comes in the after asakti, bhav and, like, see, all are, understand very well. Whenever we see devotee, when he is advanced than us, that means he is also into these 9 stages of devotional service. So suppose we are in 100%, we are in another nivritti. So we should accept the person who is guru, who should be guru, who is higher than us. Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav. Then only we will get inspired to by his talk, by his instructions. So guru means you should surrender to the person who is advanced than us. Now everybody is in the trying to achieve prema. So first class devotee is one. I mean, the guru stage, sannyasi who asakti bhav stage, that stage where he is so expert in spiritual. I mean, explaining the scriptures, in conclusions of scriptures. Whoever comes in his contact, he convinces him to surrender to Krishna. That is topmost devotee. Now those who cannot, they come in a madhyama stage, like nishtha, ruchi, asakti. He has achieved nishtha, so he may not sometimes can convince others, but he will himself is convinced that devotional service is the best process for me. That is madhyamadikari. He has considerable understanding about scriptures. That's why he has nishtha, but he has no deep knowledge of scriptures. That's why he cannot sometimes defeat the arguments of some other philosophers. He himself remains fixed, and when such things happen, he further deepens his knowledge to refute the arguments in next time. That is the Madhyamadikari. So Madhyamadikari means firm faith, Nishta. And Kanishta is one who is struggling with Anartha Nivritti. Like he's having difficulty in following 9 process of devotional service. But still, if he's connected to his serving pure devotee, then slowly he will become Madhyama. Madhyama will become the Uttamadikari. This is the only way. Not suddenly Uttam is usko आशीर्वाद मिला and suddenly he become Uttama. This will never happen. So some all people say, yes, मेरे गुरु ने मेरे कान में बोला, then he became ill and I became enlightened. Sometimes this happened. Bhakti process is a practice, devotional service. We have to act. So neophyte devotee is having such a fragile faith that if some philosopher comes and he has an argument, if he is defeated, he may join him also. Another philosopher. Many times it has happened. Because there is no shelter. He has not taken full shelter of some devotee. So they get dragged by other philosophers because they have no sufficient understanding about their own scriptures. Okay. So there are 4 classes of men: Artho, Artharthi, Jigyasu, Jnani. So these are the people who generally come to Krishna. Krishna says these are all the magnanimous people, but the one who is in knowledge is very dear to me. Although I give the respective results to everybody, but the Jnani, the wise who simply realizes the greatness of God, is also counted among the neophytes. Why? Because still he has not taken any the shelter of devotees. In the sense, he is expert in getting relieved from the material fear, madness. He is not interested in anything, but he has no connection with sadhu sangha. So that's why he is beginner only. Then, if he connects him, then he has a faster track to progress because he has no bonds, material bonds, which will drag him back. But Artho Arthati, they have to fight. So example of is Maharaj Dhruva. Dhruva is so obstinate in the sense he was been deprived of his right to sit on his father's lap. He became so angry. Dhruva Maharaj said, "I want the kingdom which is greater than my great grandfather Brahma, Lord Brahma. Nothing can stop me." So Narad Muni actually started to dissuade him. He said, "Arey, you are a small boy. Why you are taking so seriously? You can come when you grow up and then you do tapasya." He said, "Swamiji, harekrishna, if you are honest means, honest way, so that I can achieve this, then tell me, otherwise harekrishna." I mean, so very respectfully he said, but Narad Muni saw he is a very determined person. That's why he said, "Okay, do this. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Go to Madhuvan." Just because he is connected to Mahabhagavad. That's why neophyte Artharthi become a most pure devotee. So there is connection. Following the order. Following order is so potent in devotional service. Following order of spiritual master is the only way to progress. Prabhupada went to America and then he said, "Oh, I'm hankering to go to." He's just reminding of, today is Janmashtami. How much uh, festive atmosphere must be there in Vrindavan, and I am in New York. No, nobody is there. I mean, he was just saying, what I'm doing here. There are so many things happening, but I am here because of my Guru's order. So my Guru is here, so I have to be here. I have to preach. That is my only existence. So this is why he became successful. So the only um, following the order of spiritual master. That has the mercy flow connection. Then we have the Gyani, who four Kumaras. So they are the class of inquisitive class, and what happened to them? Lord Brahma thought about them. That they are uh, so fortunate that they are Gyani. Brahmavadi, they were Brahmavadi, and Narad Muni is their brother. So Brahmadev and Narad Muni both prayed to them about them. I mean, prayed for them. Somehow how they will become a devotee. That's why they came to Vaikuntha and they have association directly with the Lord. So there is always a connection with the pure devotees that can bring even second class devotee also to the pure devotee level. So there are many examples given. So Prabhupada writes that without pious activities, if a man is in distressed condition, he becomes agnostic, a communist, or something like that, because he does not firmly believe in God. He thinks that he can just adjust his distressed condition by totally disbelieving in him. So not many people will come. That's why Krishna says that Udara Sarva Evete. Those who come to me are Udara. Can you imagine? He has nothing to get from these people, Artvartha Jigyasu, but he is calling them magnanimous. Why? Because they have come to me. And out of that, Gyani is one very attached to Krishna because he is not seeking anything in exchange of the material benefit. Like that. And then these people, Bahunam Janmanam Ante Gyanavan Man Prapadanti. Vasudevam Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlava. When even a Gyani gets this firm faith that Vasudevam Sarvamiti, only Vasudeva is my only shelter, Sa Mahatma Sudurlava. So this is how So just imagine the position of all of us. That we have actually come through this. We have, only thing is we shouldn't be proud of. Now for progress in devotion service, what we have to do, focused on what to do and also be careful of what not to do. And that is what? Aparad. Vaishnav Aparad will stop our progress immediately. Like that. So there are some evidences. 11:28. And this will see third canto, 25 and 36. Kapil Dev says to his mother that my pure devotees are charmed by seeing my different forms and my face and structure of body so enchanting that they are not attracted to any kind of liberation. Basically, these are the examples of how devotional service surpasses all liberation, basically. So here we are pointing out to two verses. Bring out the verse sheet. We have two slokas from that. Falgu Vairagya and real Vairagya. So what is that? Prapanchikataya buddhya hari sambandhi vastuna mumukshubhi parityago vairagyam falgu kathyate. I mean, I have given you on mobile some slokas to memorize. All of you have that. So before coming to next class, you memorize them. What is Falgu Vairagya and what is real Vairagya? Our group has that all shlokas. Prapanchikatya Buddha and I mean Falgu Vairagya and real Vairagya. Anasaktasya Vishayan Yatharam Upayunjate Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yuktam Vairagya Uchyate. So very simple verse. You just repeat it and I have given the translation also. You come, we'll discuss on that. Okay. So we'll stop here. Today only two verses we have done. So next time we'll start from the devotional service surpasses all liberation. Right? Any question you have? Anybody has any question?
Only about that clarification, like you said, no, Kamsa was also thinking in fear, and gopis were thinking. So, is this the same level devotional service, or it was not very clear?
Very important question, yeah. Otherwise, we'll say, Are, by loving Krishna, we get same position, and by having enmity to serve him, again same position, isn't it? But not like that. Acharya has explained that the Kamsa and all, they are like, there are like we say, Shanta, Sakhya, Dasya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya Prem. So gopis are in the highest Madhurya Prem. So there is no, of course, in all these rasas in spiritual world, there is no sort of tinge of any materialism, material uh, desire. But Kamsa and all, they will not have the higher connection with Krishna, like a gopis. Are you getting me? So in spiritual world, there are trees also are there. Grass is there, bamboo is there. I mean, are you getting me? Spiritual world, I mean, material world is a a reflection of spiritual world. So even Shantaras is also there. So they are not qualified to uh, basically to get a higher realization, higher experience of bliss as compared to gopis. We compare here like lusty desire, but not that lusty desire. It's like iron and gold. So our lust in material world is like an iron, and gopis' love for Krishna is like a pure gold. So nobody can compare it. And the say suppose all the demons, forget about Kamsa, all the demons who get liberation. So what kind of liberation they get? So we have seen 5 types of liberation we have, right? What are there? Salokya. Sarasti. Salokya means to live in that particular planet. Sarasti means to get a possess the all wealth. I mean in the wealth in the sense as same wealth like Lord, opulence like Lord. Samipya means to live near to Lord. Sarup, Sarupya means same form as Lord. So in Vaikuntha all are Chaturbhuj, but only Kaustubha. And you know, Srivastsa can differentiate who is Vishnu and who is Bhakta. And like last is Sayujya, merging. That is, so they get liberation like this, you know, like Jai Vijay are also in Vaikuntha. But they are not actually day in and day out reciprocation with, I mean, the Vishnu, you know, Lord. But there are gradations of Krishna's internal Parshad. Radharani is there, then Ashtasakhi, I mean Lalita Vishakha, then Ashtasakhis are there, then Sakhis are, I mean Manjiris are there. Then there, it's like it's a lotus flower having Radha Krishna as a uh, uh, the center bud, you know, what do you call that? Core. And then in circle they are most intimate like that, their servant. Such a big. There is no entrance of someone who is having that kind of attitude to Krishna to the such a intimate association of Krishna. Are you getting me?
So then what should be our
Now,
aspiration?
this is a very fundamental question and $101 million question. So where do I stand now? I mean, rather where will we stand? The same question was asked by one devotee 2009 to Bhakti Rasamrut Maharaj, who was then the not sannyasi, Devamarut. He was giving 9-day our Janmashtami class, Krishna, 9 days class. So I was attending there in Belgaum. I was there. I was there to serve someone. So I was listening to one person ask the same question you asked me. So he said, what is my Swarupin with Krishna? So Maharaj said, how many of you have seen movies? How many have seen? Raise your hand. So you know, in movie, the same plot is there most of the time. Hero is there, heroine is there, and villain is also there, isn't it? So, and there are so many people are also there. So, but main is the hero, heroine, and villain. And mostly what happens, you know, there is a fight between hero and heroine, hero and villain. So hero runs, you know, so villain runs and hero runs after him. भागते भागते you know उधर दिखाते एक आधा अंधेरी के इसमें जा रहे हैं थोड़ा थोड़ा गली भाग suddenly when one point comes where villain is गायब तो hero says कि one एक साइकिल वाला है उसका चेन गिर गया है he is trying to fix his cycle तो यह हीरो अरे तुमने ऐसा देखा क्या काला पैंट और नीला शर्ट तो हाँ वो इधर गया and then hero runs in that direction and in the entire picture there is no cycle wala वापस से but his name comes after the movie इज एंड, मूवी इज ओवर, तो छोटा छोटा अक्षर में आता है कि नहीं, उधर लिखता साइकिल वाला. His name is there, is in film, and he has a very important role of showing the direction. वो अपना रोल है उधर, समझे कि नहीं, supporting actor. But this particular person may not be remunerated fully. ये साइकिल वाले को मिलेगा 1000 10,000 जो भी. But the person who is there, he is so happy in that, वो उसका capacity, heart is overflowing. Understand? He says, oh, he's, because Krishna has reciprocated with me. He asked me, where is he? And I did my job. वो उसमें चला गया वो.
So depend on the capacity to.
Correct. And what Swarup he cannot be changed. Shanta उसमें fixed है. That will be revealed जब हम लोग होश में आएंगे. अभी कैसा हम लोग कोमा में है. कोमा में प्रश्न डॉक्टर में बोला अभी तुम उठने को तैयार नहीं, तुम रसगुल्ला चाहिए तुमको, है ना? Getting me?
Yes.
So when coma goes, then we'll understand कि मेरा capacity तो एक पकौड़ा खाने का है, रसगुल्ला नहीं पचा सकता. I mean whatever it may be. Understand? So Swarup is very different. I mean the deceased person cannot imagine to digest a plate of Panchapakwan. Similarly, a Baddha Jeev cannot understand what will be the actual reciprocation of Krishna with me. Because I don't know how many of us have gone through this, disease कि उधर खाना ही नहीं मिल रहा, सब सलाइन में है, और उधर सोच रहा है वो. So it's like unimaginable. But when you are out of disease, तब जानेंगे कि यस, अपना पद समझ जाए.
Thank you.
हरी हरी.
Any questions are there? Chapter number 2.
Chapter number 2 and 3, na? I will give you on WhatsApp.
I want to ask you
Yeah.
from last chapter, meaning of Kama Vasayita.
Kama Vasayita. I have given you all kind of siddhis. What is Kama Vasayita? It's a siddhi name. Kama Vasayita. It itself says something. What is Kama Vasayita? What is Kama Vasayita? Have you written, all of you? I have given you homework. Kama Vasayita. Ishita, Vasita. Overpower. Vashita, Vashikaran, kind of this. You overpower you. Somebody overpower. That is the siddhi.
And
Right.
black mind is
We will not go to Tantra,
that is something.
that is Tantric. This is siddhi which we can, few people, I mean, those who are living in Siddhaloka, they are born with all this, right, siddhi. Just like we are nowadays, if somebody is born, he knows how to play with this.
Something like hypnosis.
Generation.
But those people also do Vashika.
That is a different subject. I mean, these siddhis are just given, but we should not fall prey to them. That is the only thing given. And how each planet has their different opulences. This is what is given. And those who are doing bhakti, they have nothing to do with this siddhis, nothing to do with these liberations, because these are the bhukti, mukti, siddhi, kami, sakale ashan. So these are actually then pishachi bola humko. Next we'll come. Bhukti and mukti are like dakinis. Pishachis means witches. Those who suck blood, like if sadhaka is going to meet Krishna and suddenly the desire for bhukti and mukti comes, means all what is the sanchaya of devotional practice, the which will what? समझे कि नहीं?
What is
Bhukti means enjoyment. Siddhi means the same thing. Trying to enjoy, trying to lord over the material nature. Siddhis are means. Just imagine you think that you are God. You can manipulate. And mukti means to get rid of all services. And in the sense, so we'll discuss that in next class. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki Hare Krishna.